Does the gentlelady yield for some questions?
Will the lady
I
yield
do.
for questions? The lady yields.
Thank you, Representative Noble. What is the fourth commandment?
Are you referring to my to the way it's written in the bill?
Yes.
Okay, right. Keep the Sabbath. It's about us being here on Saturday. Is that ironic or what?
So what does it mean to keep the Sabbath holy?
Well, I think it's. You want to get in?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am reacting to a really interesting conversation from Texas legislature about the two lawmakers, James Talarico from Austin and Candy Noble from Lucas. We're talking about a bill that would make all public school classrooms in Texas display the Ten Commandments. Now here's the twist. They were discussing this on Saturday and the final vote was set for Sunday, which is very important because one of the Ten Commandments says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. As someone myself who keeps the Sabbath Saturday, not Sunday, I have to ask, should we really enforce this as a government law? And even more, they are pushing the wrong day. The Bible clearly says that Sabbath is the seventh day. That's Saturday, not Sunday. So let's watch the video and I'll share my thoughts as we go.
Does the gentlelady yield for some questions?
Will the lady
I
yield
do.
for questions? The lady yields.
Thank you, Representative Noble. What is the fourth commandment?
Are you referring to my to the way it's written in the bill?
Yes.
Okay, right. Keep the Sabbath. It's about us being here on Saturday. Is that ironic or what?
So what does it mean to keep the Sabbath holy?
Well, I think it's. You want to get into theology here? I'd love to
Just
if
curious,
you'd
yeah.
like to. I think it's really important that we take a day of rest. I think God, who founded the world, didn't need rest, and yet He took a day of rest after He did creation, and I think He was a good example to us to take a day of rest.
Talarico asked, what is the fourth commandment? It's about the Sabbath. So Republican Noble says it means resting, like God did after creation. So far, so good.
And that is enshrined in our rules in our Constitution, where it says accepting Sunday in our very early documents as a nation.
And so part of keeping the Sabbath holy is not working on the Sabbath?
That is yeah.
And what
a
is
day of rest.
the Ten Commandments come from Judaism? What day is the Jewish Sabbath?
It is on Saturday.
And what day is it today?
It is Saturday.
Talarico points out the Jewish Sabbath is Saturday, and today is Saturday, so why are they working on the Sabbath while trying to promote the Ten Commandments? That's ironic, actually. Yeah.
Here we are.
The Christian Sabbath is what day?
Sunday, in honor of the day that Jesus rose from the dead.
And we're scheduled to give this bill a final vote on what day of the week?
It's ironic, isn't it?
Would you be willing to postpone your bill so that we're not breaking the Ten Commandments by working on the Jewish or Christian Sabbath?
I love that you said that, because if we had not had your point of order the other day, we would have actually already completed that.
He asked if they should delay the vote to avoid breaking the commandments. That's a really good point. You know, if you're serious about God's law, shouldn't you follow it yourself? You know, here's my thought. As a Sabbath keeper, I truly believe we should honor the Sabbath. But should the government force people to follow this? I don't think so. Worship and obedience to God should not come from the government law.
And so, Representative Noble, you're saying that you'd rather tell people to follow the Ten Commandments than follow it yourself?
I would have rather have had this bill passed the other day when it was time. And you know, that's really that's really sad that we are under such a crunch in time now with the end of session. Our Texas forefathers only gave us 160 days to pass bills, and that's where we are in this session.
We as a legislature are about
140.
to force,
I'm sorry, correction.
We as a legislature are about to force every teacher in the state to post the Ten Commandments in their classrooms.
If
Do
they are
members
donated.
of the Texas legislature follow the Ten Commandments?
Is that about the bill?
Your bill is about the Ten Commandments.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
asking, do members of this legislature follow the Ten Commandments?
So again, this bill is about honoring our historical, educational, and judicial heritage with the displaying of the Ten Commandments.
The Ninth Commandment is, thou shalt not bear false witness. Are you aware of any legislators who have lied about anything?
That is, there might be one coming up in a minute if you keep talking. We'll see.
The Seventh Commandment is, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Yes?
Do you think that members of the legislature should focus more on trying to follow the Ten Commandments rather than telling others to follow them?
Maybe they didn't have them posted.
It is incumbent on all of us to follow God's law, and I think that we would be better off if we did.
He brings up other commandments like don't lie and don't commit adultery. He's basically asking, do lawmakers even follow these laws? Or are they just trying to make others follow them? That's interesting.
That's a great segue into my next question, which is, do you think our public schools are missing God?
Again, we are talking about historically what our founding fathers believed. I have a lot of quotes from our founding fathers if you want me to go there, and I would love to do that if you would like me to.
Well, you just mentioned God's law, so I was just asking if you think our public schools are missing God's law.
In some instances, yeah. I would not. I think that there's some amazing teachers out there that are showing an awful lot of Christian behavior and love and concern to their students. So I'm not going to paint that broad of a brush like you just did.
Do you think that seeing the Ten Commandments in a classroom might make a student feel closer to God?
Talarico asks if schools are missing God. Noble says some teachers show love and Christian values, and I agree. Love, kindness, and truth are powerful witnesses. Posting rules on a wall won't change hearts if we don't leave them out, right?
Again, that is not the focus of this bill. The focus of this bill is to look at what is historically important to our nation, both educationally and judicially. But if you would like to look through some of those textbooks that are on my desk, you will see the foundation that our forefathers used when they learned to read and write.
In the committee hearing for this bill, you said that students should see the Ten Commandments in their classroom and remember, quote, God is watching. Is that correct?
What?
In the committee hearing for this bill, you said that students should see the Ten Commandments in their classroom and remember, quote, God is watching.
I do not recall that.
You said it in response to a question from Representative Bryant in the Public Education Committee. You don't recall that?
No, obviously you do, though. That was like 4:30 in the morning.
Okay.
We were all pretty sleep deprived. I don't remember in what response that was, if indeed.
So what do you think? Should the Ten Commandments be posted in classrooms, or should the government decide which God's commandment should we follow and when? So let me know in the comments section. And if you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more faith-based reaction and thoughts like this. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.